Can an $800 million aircraft really be more reliable than a simple $100 glider? Today in Besiege, we're running a massive endurance test. Our goal is to check how well the main structure holds up under extreme conditions. Which budget will offer the best chance of survival? Let's find out. We're starting at the $100 mark. This is a basic glider made of wood and spare parts. Let's see if this frame can even get off the ground. The takeoff is very unstable. The whole structure is literally shaking against the wind resistance. As expected, the $100 glider couldn't even survive its first technical failure. But what happens when we quintuple the budget? The next plane costs $500. At first glance, it looks almost like a toy. It features many more wings and intricate details, but will that actually help? Let's take it to a higher altitude and see what it can do. We've reached the peak, but the handling is becoming extremely difficult. It turns out this model is even less stable than our most budget-friendly option. We're moving up to the $1,500 mark. It looks much sturdier than the previous models, featuring double wings for better stability. Let's see if this design helps during landing. This time, the higher price point really paid off. For $3,000, we're getting into serious aircraft territory. It looks far more reliable than those old wooden gliders and is built from a lightweight metal. Our mission is to see if this chassis can handle a hard touchdown without falling apart. We're coming in for a landing. Everything looks smooth, but wait, we're coming in way too fast. As we expected, this plane performed much better compared to the cheaper models. Next up is the $5,000 mark. This is a simple gyrocopter, basically a mini helicopter. It's flying over the water, heading straight for a massive bridge. Our goal is to fly over it and test the strength of the construction. As you can see, the $5,000 price tag didn't help at all here. We're officially done with the budget models, and now things are getting a lot more serious. The stakes are rising, with prices in this tier reaching $500,000. We're kicking off level 2 with a $25,000 seaplane. Its standout feature is the ability to land on water. Let's see if the reinforced hull and pontoons can save us if all systems suddenly fail. While flying over Antarctica, the plane loses total power. The engine cuts out, and we're plummeting toward the ocean. Because of the high-speed impact, the hull sprang a leak, and the main structure was instantly flooded. For $80,000, we get a real jet fighter. It's very fast and looks very powerful. We know that if you dive sharply and try to pull out of the dive, the wings will simply tear off from the extreme load. But what if we give this expensive machine a second chance and attempt a careful landing on the runway? As we can see, the jet's massive speed makes landing extremely difficult. At $250,000, we have a very fast and beautiful private plane. We bought it for a lot of money, but what happens if its engine fails completely during landing? This time, the $250,000 price tag really justified itself. We wrap up the second level with a $500,000 aircraft. It's a powerful, modern turboprop built for reliability. As we expected, this $500,000 plane performed perfectly. We are moving on to level 3. Here, prices start at $1 million and go up to $25 million. For $1 million, we get a real jet. Our goal is to fly directly under this massive bridge. This is a difficult challenge, and if we fail, we lose $1 million.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up.
In the end, although we performed the trick, the plane still crashed, but that was to be expected after such an unsuccessful nose-first landing in the water. We're raising the stakes to $3 million. Before us is a luxurious private jet. It's fast, expensive, and looks incredibly stylish. Let's test it in the most extreme scenario, a high-speed landing without landing gear.
Think brake, think brake. Think brake, think brake.
The aircraft completely fell apart, which was to be expected at such an extreme speed. Now we're moving into serious money, $10 million for this modern fighter. But for this test, we did something crazy. We removed one of its wings. Can it reach the runway? The aircraft still fell apart, but that was to be expected during such a difficult landing without a wing. But what will a more serious aircraft show us? For $15 million, we get one of the most advanced aircraft available. Let's check if this expensive technology can save us in an emergency. As expected, the $15 million plane performed perfectly. We finished this level with the most expensive lot, a business jet for $25 million. This is an incredibly fast and luxurious aircraft. Let's see how this expensive machine handles a landing if one of the landing gear struts fails to deploy. The aircraft was heavily damaged, but that was to be expected when landing without one gear at such a high speed. We are moving to level 4. The prices here are astronomical, from $50 to $200 million. Let's find out if a massive size helps to survive when something goes wrong. We start the 4th level with a regional jet for $50 million. This is our first commercial giant, painted in the classic United Airlines livery. This long, heavy aircraft must land at the same tiny airport where we tested the very first $100 glider. Let's test your intuition. Guess what the survival chance will be for this difficult landing. Choose one of 4 options. As we can see, the $50 million was not spent in vain. Yes, we completely destroyed the landing gear, but the sturdy fuselage of the commercial liner withstood the hard impact and did not fall apart. We continue to raise the stakes. Before us is a legendary passenger liner for $80 million. Our goal is to perform a landing on a very short runway located right on a small island. As we saw, size doesn't always mean safety. For $130 million, we get a real giant military transport aircraft. It is designed to carry tanks and heavy cargo, so its construction must be incredibly strong. Let's check if this steel giant can land safely if the landing is as rough as possible. Cargo plane proved that it's not so easy to break. We moved to the $200 million mark for the legendary Concorde. This is one of the fastest and most expensive aircraft. It struggles to take off from the airport, but nothing worked. But what if it had to urgently land on water at high speed? Let's find out. Even for $200 million, the fastest machine in the world remains incredibly fragile. We've reached the finale. Prices here start at $300 million and reach into the billions of dollars. Let's test the durability and see if any of them can remain in one piece. We're opening the final level with a $300 million aircraft. This is the legendary Boeing. We have a critical situation. The landing gear simply won't deploy, and we'll have to land this 300-ton beast right on its belly at high speed. Landing such a giant without gear at high speed sounds impossible. For $800 million, we have our final aircraft. This is a giant military transport plane. Let's see if this armored hull can withstand an emergency landing. This was the toughest test at this level. If you enjoyed this experiment, you can watch another video.